Okay. Totally didn't realize that I just hit start. Whoops. Okay. So, after asking strangers on the internet what they thought of my deck, we got some feedback, and I like what they had to say. So this is probably going to be our game one deck. The deck does, lean a lot heavier, which is totally fine, but that means we don't want to play super foolishly with just having like aggro cards that don't lead anywhere, because we want, our games to go long enough that we can win with bigger creatures in the mid-range sort of thing. So I removed. They recommended I remove both Jousts, which I understand. This card is pretty weak unless even if you're in a Knights deck, it's not my favorite card. It is definitely a card I will probably side in situations where I'm against a deck that would actually benefit from having like prey upon like fight style removal. Like if we're in a somewhat slower matchup and they have some bigger threats, like they got a couple 4/4s or 5/5s, and we have like out our Rampart Smashers, our Beanstalk Knights, our Twin Veil Tree folks, and it just gets there to that stage of the game and we want to use these. I think this could work as a pretty serviceable removal spell later on. I put in another Ginger Brute over the red cap because it's got a little more synergy. I mean, it's better synergy with the Rosethorn Halberd. It has really good synergy with Caper of Fables because it guarantees you can get through if you're kind of stalled out a little bit. And the Weaselback Red Cap is fine, but I'll probably be using I want to be using my mana to develop the board a lot. So I would probably rarely use this activated ability. I took out, what else did I take out? I took something else out. And whenever I took out, I put Bargain back in. I took this out originally because I was kind of incorrectly evaluating this card as like a more aggressive, like you have to be playing an aggro deck. But in reality, if we're doing this Gruul like non-humans, right, like we will be attacking. We're not a defensive deck. We're just not like a curve out, kill our opponent. We're like a mid-range aggro deck. So, I mean, having this card later in the game when we have like an Ogre Errant, Witch Stalker, Tree Folk out, giving one of those for 1 mana when we're making like an attack 2/2, and then giving everything else trample as well, could pretty easily like steal a game, Other than that, kept the 7 Dwarves because we need 2 drops. Did cut the Bloodhaze Wolverine. Yeah, so it seems decent. It's not a blindingly fast deck, which is totally fine, and we have like some sideboard options. If we got our Flying Hate, Enchantment Artifact Hate. We have our Burn removal Hate. We have our, moderately sized creature Hate. If the aggro plan doesn't work and we want to just like have some inefficient but deck cards that will fight to kill our opponents, we can do that. We will see how that all goes. So we're gonna play maybe a match or 2, depending on how long it takes. Probably we'll play for about an hour. So we'll see how long our first match takes, and then we'll decide if we keep going. So we got Teferi, and his name's Chaotic Reaper. So you can already tell that this is a very cool person. Obviously, it's unfortunate that none of this is green, but this is perfectly fine. We have a 1, 2, and 3 drop that we can play. I guess I would have been well served to quickly check my color distribution after making my cuts and stuff, but I don't think it probably changed enough that I would have gone flipped on the mana. Am I going first? No. Okay, they're blue. Okay, it's a pretty good turn 1 play. This takes me back to my final 2 games of that really good Guilds of Ravnica draft that ended with kind of a whimper after I only drew one of my colors. And my opponents just ran me right over. Sure, well, there was 2 of my green sources. Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, at least we got that going. Play out the 7 dwarves. Okay. Okay, now we're talking. This is not what an aggro deck wants to, or a dirtily mono blue deck wants to see happen on the other side of the table. Kit up my Gingerbrute and start swinging in for 3 every turn. This basically demands an answer pretty soon, because obviously they don't die in like 2 turns, but this is just going to constantly be a threat until they deal with it. So they'll probably have to Charm Sleep it or something to, or bounce it. Well, bouncing it is good too, because the re-equip cost of the Rosethorn Halberd is prohibitively expensive. Let's make you unblockable. Go to combat. Gotta run away together. Yeah, makes sense. It's unfortunate. I mean, I guess at least later on, we have the option to put the Rosethorn Halberd back on the Gingerbrute, or alternatively, put it on a Raging Redcap, turn it to a 3/3 double strike. That's also extremely strong. But we'll see. Kind of an interesting game so far. Want to see if they're going to keep mana up for a counterspell, because a mono blue deck like this one probably is try to cram as many Didn't Say Pleases as they can, so... Must have a bad hand. Oh, my Keeper of Fables. No, my good kitty. Ugh. That's okay. Excuse me. Well, this is going to be really good next turn. Being able to give this Menace, and next turn we have enough mana to just... We could take the turn off, equip this, make it a 3/3 double strike, that when this attacks alongside it, it gets Menace. That's going to do a lot of damage. And if they do something else, we can always just equip it to the Gingerbrute, go back to our swing for 3, you know. We're halfway through our deck. They're not like turbo milling us, but we definitely want to win the game fairly quickly. Okay. not bad, but the shields are down, so I've got options. Tricky. Getting a green mana would be pretty good for us right now. I think I'm going to do this now while we potentially have the freedom to do so, because after drawing that many cards, it's quite possible that they have counter spells available now, so starting next turn when they'll probably keep a lot of mana up, then that's when I'm going to start, swinging in with the team. This is getting pretty big, just unfortunate. But again, I can still just go ahead and put this on the Gingerbrute, make 3 unblockable damage per turn, which is great. Do they mill our barge in? No, so that's something we could do to buff the power of Raging Red Cap. We also got Red Cap melee for like removal of a double block or something. Burning Iron Trainer could come down and make for a really explosive turn with our Raging Red Cap. We'll see what they do here. For a mono blue deck, they do most of their stuff on the main phase, which is fine by me. Okay, not bad. So I guess this is like mono blue draw 2. And then just, I don't know, use Merfolk's Earkeeper to what? Just, you can either mill me out or keep yourself from being the one who decks first. Definitely be boarding in our Flying Hate, that's for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Make you unblockable, and then we're gonna start this whole, because none of their cards can really, oops, go to combat first, can really profitably block the, this squad. They can have something block the 3/4 and have it bounce, but they're either gonna let 6 damage through, or they're gonna lose 1 creature from a block, which is not good for them. Gotta kill that one first, or else the Raging Red Cap will die. So I lose the blocker. Oh, wow. So many options. Kind of scary. This thing is so big. God damn. I don't really have anything to deal with it either. It's getting bigger and bigger. This is a real clock. If they can put a counter on this every single turn, that's terrifying. I mean, it's terrifying now. I'm dead in 3 turns. I'm dead in 2 if they can keep putting counters on it. That's okay. We'll, they currently have 2 blockers, so maybe they won't. I mean, they have such a big grip, I can't imagine they won't, like, mill us and then cast out their Secret Keeper or something, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky in there. Okay, no. We in fact did not get lucky. Wow. You hate to see it. It's 8 mana. Probably play the Fierce Witch Stalker. Kill the Secret Keeper there. I mean, if the counterspell they have is the one that taxes 3, this is the card that, I mean, it's unlikely comparatively, but examining all our options makes this probably the more likely pick, yeah, but, you know, have that, which makes a lot more sense. Oh, there goes Margin. These 2 flying creatures, if he draws 1 more card, I lose. I just realized. Alright, that's gonna be game. Alright, that's annoying. Oh well. So we'll definitely tech in, Fell the Pheasant is coming in, that's for sure. Tall as a Beanstalk actually won't do too badly. They didn't seem to have... they had Bounce, actually. Play the more aggressive card. I think we will put Joust in there so we can kill, you know, because we have creatures that can kill their blockers pretty easily. Maybe 1 more cut. Marley Frider. Marley Frider doesn't pair really well against their deck at all. Dies to their 1/4s and stuff, so. Alright, well, hopefully we can either, like, play more aggressively, or we can quickly ramp into some bigger stuff before they can set up a defense. Play first, so we got one of each, which is fine. We have a kill spell for their Fairy Vandal, which will be big for us. Four mana 5/5 does pretty well against Darrow Force. Alright, what you got? Merfolk Seedkeeper, of course. That all makes sense to me. Well, hopefully I can hit that 4th land so we can play the Smasher. Huh. Love to be able to joust to get that out of the way. And just keep on crashing in. Okay. Very cool. Not really what we needed. I guess we can just have 2 unblockable damage per turn now. Why not? Until we hit our 4th land drop, there's not much better we can do until they play that Fairy Vandal card. That's suspicious. I don't like that mana. Considering how much they were playing main phase spells last game, I don't want to, I'm going to assume that them just passing the turn just like that is a sign of a counterspell of some sort. What in the whole... Not even a pause? What's going on here? Corridor monitor. That's pretty specifically leaving up 3 mana that they probably could have done that last turn, so this is telegraphing pretty heavily to me as a counterspell. So until they do something to prove otherwise, I'm going to operate on the assumption that it is in fact a counterspell, because that currently seems to be the most likely reason why they would make the play that they made over the past 2 turns. The annoying thing about playing against blue is that if you just pass the turn and make them, quote, waste their turn not countering your spell, they usually just have another instant spell, or instant speed spell anyways. It's a nice thing about blue. If you have the instant speed cards as well as the counter magic. Sure. Okay, so the shields are down. Do I want to play the... I'll look at the Rampart Smasher. Get at least 1 damage in there. On a future turn, if I get 1 more land, I can just play out like Eldraine to bait a counterspell and then fell the Pheasant on top of that. I feel fairly good about this game. It's kind of slow, but since they're not really doing anything, nor did they show to have a lot of like blue-based removal, just like picking in with our 2 little ginger brutes is kind of working. Oh, they do have one. Okay. That's fine. You tapped completely out for that, so... I'm just gonna play it again. Make this unblockable. Swing it for 1. I can joust that down, I can fell that. You know, I have a lot of ways to deal with their board. Okay, so that's gonna... They might have 2 mana probably after that. But 2 mana doesn't do a ton for them. So next turn I should have a pretty... So if they have 1 more mana, they can run away together, which isn't great for me. But it's but it's not the worst thing in the world, so we'll see how that goes for us. Maybe they'll do something else. Guess they're doing a main phase. Weird. Oh, right, so they can attack. Yeah. 17 lands. One more land would really do me a world of good right now, but at least I can I can kill the Vantress Paladin, I suppose. Raging Red Cap. Kill the Vantress Paladin. Yeah. That seems good. It's not ideal, but what are you gonna do? So we can currently block that. So we go down to, or that, if something else happens. Oh man, hitting our 6th land drop would have made a world of difference this game. Really would have. We've only milled 2, so... So I guess we're at roughly half after getting milled 2, but... I don't know. Hitting 1 is more likely than it is, well, it's about a 50-50 that we would have hit one more land drop in the last turn or so. Maybe a little bit less after milling 2. They're in such a strong position because they almost certainly have a counterspell, and they just need to hold up their mana. Like they just have what, 7 lands, 8 lands. They just need to leave 3 mana up, and they basically can win this game. Yeah, I can just cast Vantress Paladin, and that still works. You know, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Well, I think that we just have to try and win by assuming they don't have the counterspell, which they almost certainly do, but I don't think we can afford to not cast spells. We need to cast the Rampart Smasher and then joust that, or joust the Vantress Paladin. We don't really have any other options. So if they counter it, we lose, pretty much. Yeah, I don't think we win if they counter this, but... Yeah, there's a pause, so seems like this is gonna be it then. That's unfortunate. Why are they just... Yeah. No surprise here. Guess we could block the Moonless Scavenger with one of our Gingerbrutes and eat it, at least. But kind of unfortunate, didn't really get there on our lands. We didn't really get to do what we wanted to do, you know. I'm just thinking about how different this game would be if I would have also got Rosethorn Halberd this game. That would have been lit. Certainly would have won, considering how many turns I got to attack with the Gingerbrute. But oh well. Okay. Sorry, Ginger buddy. You gotta go. Well, Stream Barrage is nice. I think we still have to just try for an Ogre Air Joust thing again, because if this gets countered, I can still block and eat this. If this gets countered, I can't eat this, and that kills me from the other two. So, we're just going to make the exact same play, trying to hope that they don't have the second counterspell. It's unlikely that they only had one, but we did only see one last game, and it was pretty late, despite them drawing throughout their deck, but again, it's extremely likely considering the deck that they're playing that they have the second to say please. Because if they got to play mono blue and mono blue was open, they probably had some pretty late ones coming to them. Of course, yeah. Grrr. Yeah, here's where we would have liked to have been super aggressive with the way that our draft went, because like this deck would have, like this mono blue tempo-y kind of deck would have got completely preyed upon if we were just like the Gruul deck we had last time, you know. As is, this isn't very impressive. Yeah, I gotta eat the brute for food and block, so it's okay. We've come back from 0-1s before. I've come back from 0-1s and gone 5-3. I haven't in this format, but I'm saying theoretically it's possible to not, you know, get wrecked. Okay. Yup. Sad thing is, Joust actually would have been really good against this deck if I would have just been able to cast spells. Like, I don't know how long they had one of those counter spells in their hand, but they got to draw so many cards before I could do a 4-drop Joust combo. Like if I would have had if I would have had 6 land drop a few turns ago, this might have been a different game because I would have been able to, you know, get a creature on the board without it being countered, then Joust, kill a creature, you know. Like I think it would have been pretty good. Okay. Don't think there's any cards in my deck that win me the game here. Or win, I say win me the game, I mean don't lose the game. I guess Fierce Witch Stalker, eat food, block that. Yeah, that technically counts. Probably have a counter spell, so. Nope, that made it. Okay. I can joust that, and then put that in front of the Moonlit Scavenger. It's not a good play, but killing that might be better than eating the food. Now, the real thing is, will this resolve? Because if this gets countered, because they have Mystical Dispute as their third counter, then this play has just lost me the game for sure, but we were definitely, like, so far on the back foot that, I don't feel like anything we do is going to be very impactful. Fairy Vandal, is that enough? They need to draw 2. Okay, so that's 3 damage now. Okay, that's game. Well, not a great start. That's okay. Oh right. Oops. Just flip that out. Ooh, nice. We high rolled 750 quest. Fortunately, it's in neither of our draft colors. Well, let's play one more match, so I guess we'll either finish this entire gameplay video in so I'll either finish the video right now and go 0-2, or maybe I'll win a game and then we'll take a break while I go study and do some other, probably more board stuff than playing Magic the Gathering. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This is just not going to work out. We have less. I mean, these are basically double pip and then ideally like 3 green. Like, this is just not going to work out, unfortunately. Then I go first, yeah. Boy. Well, I think at this point we have to keep this. Hopefully we can just top deck a green, or just like keep drawing red cards. Rain red cap is fine. Maybe they're dirtly enough, or they're mulliganing sets them back enough as well that I'm not gonna get just completely murdered. Well, at least I got a 2-drop. At least it doesn't feel like I'm not doing anything. Okay, see, well there we go. We get to do 2 damage. This isn't going so bad. We need to draw a green mana, or the deck basically shuts off at this point, but that is not a green mana. I wonder what they're doing. 3 black, they haven't done a single thing yet. They certainly have to start doing stuff. No? Okay. Take you down to 10. This is weird. Not sure what's going on here. Really wish if any of these were green. This game might be over already. Okay, I guess it is over already. That's very bad luck on our opponent, unfortunately, but I'll take it. No idea what they're doing is the thing. Probably will keep the red cap melee even though I know they're black. The only thing I know about them is that they're a black deck, so they're probably not. Well, they could have, and they don't appear to be aggressive based on the fact that they played 4 swamps without casting a single spell. Even a black aggro deck would have cards at that point on the curve. I really don't know enough to say. Let's just do it. Do it up again. This is probably good enough. So they did have another color. Well, they went from having possibly one of the worst starts to having possibly one of the best starts. Turn 1 Edgewalling Keeper in a green-black deck. That's definitely an adventure, or a deck that can have a lot of adventures. No doubt. So we're definitely on a slower game plan, so. But if they're Golgari, it could be very, very attrition based. So this is the food deck. You know, like this could be bad news for us, but it's okay. Let's get back at him. For one, I got Raging Redcap coming down next turn. Not bad. I mean, they've drawn 2 cards off this, and I can't really do anything about it. So that's got to feel good for our opponent. Play a Raging Redcap. Then just stay back. Hitting our land drops on time would go root down real smooth, considering we have a Keeper of Fables and Ginger Root combo. You gonna do that, deck? You gonna give me the lands that I need? It's 14 of you left in there. I know you're in there. Oh, that's bad. Sure. So are they an aggressive deck? What's going on here? Nobody's quite sure. So we're currently positioned to go down to 10, which is bad, but hopefully next turn I'll top deck a land and play Enchanted Carriage, which blocks their board really well, or just play Keeper of Fables maybe. Who knows? I might play the Enchanted Carriage just because it could potentially draw out a kill spell, and then I could play Keeper of Fables. Second out muscle in a row. Things are looking quite bad, especially if we miss this, if we don't hit this land drop. Come on. See, Redcap Melee's bad now because we're missing our land drops, and like killing a creature doesn't change all that much. Damn. That's okay. It's not, but like we want to hit our 5 drops. We don't hit our lands. Now we basically have to use Redcap Melee to kill a Rosemary Acolyte. No, I think Redcap Meleeing right now is... I think I need to give my deck one more chance to draw me a card. Because like trying to build up from 3 to 5 is going to be nearly impossible, but if I can just get one more mana, and then I can drop one of these. Okay. That's fine too. Their deck is definitely good with the out muscles, but like, I feel like if I just do the thing the deck wants where I actually get up to my bigger creatures, I'd be in a lot stronger position. Got another up muscle. Okay. What the? Half of them are human, so it seems like it'd be weird for this to be a Garrick thingy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that brings me down to 3, so like a Garrett Break Carver doesn't win them the game off of this, which is possibly what they have. I think that's worth not taking the easy free block of Edgeline Keeper to risking death at this point, so let's see what they were telegraphing. Oh, Insatiable Appetite. Yeah, that's game. Well, that was silly. So it seems like they're pretty aggressive. That didn't pair up that well against their deck, and they seem to be fairly aggressive, weirdly enough, so I'm going to take this card that can potentially block like some of their earlier threats. Though later on, I mean, it's not horrendous with the tap ability with some of the creatures we could potentially be putting into play, so... Oh man, the imminent threat of going 0-2 is always a really sad mindset to be in, you know. Okay, I'll play first. This is fine. This too is why synergy is so important in Eldraine, because if this was like another format, I feel like the deck that I have in terms of just like the cards in it are actually pretty good. I think there's probably some bad luck to be said, you know, not getting to our 5th land drop that game. And just like the fact that I think we've mulliganed a fair bit more than I would expect. But like, our deck just kind of is one of two things, right? Like it's got some very aggressive strategies, and then it's got like enchanted carriages and other 5-drops and big cards that, you know, you want the game to go a little longer to use. Oh well. I see no reason to not kit this up with the Rosethorn Halberd. Swing in. I guess them healing does reduce the effectiveness of this card, but so maybe I'll keep it back on blocks. Well, okay. I mean, I'll attack again because now I have Ogre Errant to block the Smitten Swordmaster. And if they're spending mana to make these unblockable, my ability to race is just going to be better because they're going to be spending 2 mana every turn. What in the world are you planning on doing with 2 green mana? Oh, destroying my Rosethorn? Okay. Why didn't you do that? I guess they wanted to see if I would play something better. I mean, I'm going to. See if this is their strategy to win. It's not super ideal, because they also didn't get to cast anything else, so I feel pretty good about our situation right now. Let's go to combat. Let's sing with both. I'm happy to trade the 7 dwarves for a Swordmaster at this point. Okay. Let's go up to 13. Play my Enchanted Carriage. See if they have another artifact kill spell. I guess even if they do, we still have 2 little mice. Play out 5 mana. My own muscle. Weird. Yeah, I mean, I'll crew in response, I guess, before that beefs it. So I at least have my 4/4 up. It's indestructible to the end of turn. So presumably they'll make that unblockable and swing it for 2. I mean, it's not terrible to put counters on Gingerbrutes. Absolutely not. But if they've only got 1 card in hand, I'm feeling pretty good about our chances here, because I'm just going to play my own Gingerbrute. But I'm going to use my Gingerbrute to crew this, and then swing it for 7, which seems better than 2. So they're going to block this, but they probably don't want to block this until they can block it and eat it. So they're going to take that full damage. It's definitely in a pretty good position right now. Pretty happy about this. At present, it doesn't seem like we're going to go 0-2, which is always nice. Sure thing. Okay, so we're going to cast the Rose-Thorn Acolyte because we can use it while it's summoning sick to tap the Enchanted Carriage, and then we can still attack with the Gingerbrute this turn. So just add a little extra damage, you know. Every bit counts, especially when they're being constantly pressured by lethal at this stage of the game now. They have to start sacking their Gingerbrutes for food to us, to avoid us killing. Oh wait, Gingerbrute also has haste. I'm a total dumbass. I keep forgetting that's how that works. It almost never comes up. Okay. Okay, so they're gonna... That's pretty good. I thought they might have that in their deck. That's crazy, actually, because they're gonna kill both our creatures, and suddenly, like, we're not doing so hot. Holy shit. Okay, so we went from feeling like we're gonna win to now it's kind of like anyone's game, because our board kind of sucks too. We're in top deck mode. It's a really good card. So they're gonna make both their creatures unblockable? That seems strange. Oh, I see. That's a weird choice, man. You must have, like, something coming down in your hand that's gonna make that make sense. Creature of some sort. Oh my good Christ. We might actually just lose this game, because I don't know if we can... We would have to, like, get one of our bigger... We'd have to get, like, you know, like a keeper or something, or, like, something big to, like, push... to kind of just outclass their creatures. Because our ability to just race these thugs... Okay, that's pretty good. Start out by making you unblockable. This thing just makes food every turn, that's insane. It's just like, okay, well, once per turn you just get to have 3 life. But this will help us, hopefully put some pressure on them. Their clock is still like 3 turns, but this is, well, this is a big guy that cannot be ignored. But this is definitely good for them. Do 3 damage to me. It's not nothing. This is pretty close. Any good draws from our opponent can really just win them the game. It's not bad. It blocks well and lets them just keep doing that, so... Am I gonna lose this game? Let's find out. Can't make food this turn, which might be an oversight on their part. But I just don't see us as being aggressive enough to really care. Or them to really care, because yeah, they have to block that with that, which is fine. They can just let 3 damage through and not feel too bad about it. Man, where's my out muscle when you need it? I'd love next turn to just... Or my barge in. Or a burning yard trainer. Oh, burning yard trainer doesn't... Maybe doesn't do it. Or searing barrage. It's just so close. I'm really hoping that they don't have like a pump spell or anything. Now I'm at a position where I'm gonna be keeping my ginger root back so that I can just crack it for food if I need to, because things are getting that dire. Alright. So I didn't see any pump spells before in the last game, so we're gonna have to hope that this is the pump spell. Hooray! Okay. So I attack with that. They have to block this. So they block. They make a food, so they're going up to 5. And then this is at most 4. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So... we will go to combat. gotta make it or you lose. I'm not sure what that there. I'm not sure what the deliberation was about, but okay. So that'll die, they'll eat the food, they'll go up to, what? They didn't eat the food. Did they just threw the game by passing priority to me. Oh, man. I'll take it. Listen, I'm not above it. I'm out here trying to play free to play. I'm not out here trying to make sure that all of my games are above board. If it means that I get a free win that I might not have got otherwise. Fuck. I don't think the deck's aggressive enough to want 2 Ginger Brutes, I won't lie. I think this might be better than the Ginger Brute because this can like trade with things in more scenarios. Anyways, we're gonna quit for now, but we'll probably come back to this later. Hopefully, you know, we're always aiming to get at least 2-2. That's like the bare minimum where I'm not gonna let it ruin the rest of my day. So we'll see how it goes when I come back later.